Today's episode is brought to you by Factor. Factor is going to deliver those good meals right to your home. Now let's jump to this podcast. Hello, everybody. It's time for Cows and Crendor.
Cows and Crendor in the morning.
In the morning. Broadcasting live. In 4-hour recording studios. Recording. Wake your ass up, it's the Crendor in the morning. Hello, everybody. This is Cows and Crendor in the morning.
Dude,
Yeah.
I am so tired.
You are telling me.
Yeah. Well, why are you tired?
Why do you think we've been working hard the last couple of days? We've been putting in time. In fact, today we all right, let me preface this by saying, when I say work hard, I mean Jesse Crendor will work hard. I don't mean we were in a factory working 26 hours.
No,
I mean,
we weren't in the coal mines.
Yeah, we talked a whole bunch to the point where I have no idea what we're going to talk about in this episode.
Yes.
We have spent so much time ruining other people's shows that I don't know what we're going to do in our own show.
It's true. We were on Drop Frames today and Geekenders on Friday, although you're always on Geekenders.
That's true. I streamed all day yesterday. Yeah. And then I've been streaming all day today with the Drop Frames and now this.
Oh, yeah. Well, is that streaming or you just mean like recording?
Well, I mean,
really
it was on
streaming.
our streams. It was being streamed to our channels.
That's true. I guess that's right. I didn't even realize until afterwards, and I was like, oh, yeah, let's stream it on my channel.
Yeah, we do, and we did 3 hours of that, which you tried talking for 3 hours and be entertaining. It's not easy.
It's true. But
that chat did say funniest episode in a while, so that's a win for us.
that's true, yeah. No, we definitely...
I saw that and was like, ooh, yeah, baby.
We definitely earned that title. They're just like, finally, this show is funny again. Like, there we go. We got it.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, for Geekenders, I got to wake up at like 10 a.m., which I'm not accustomed to, right? So, as somebody who goes to bed at like 4:30, 5 a.m., right? So I was like, all right, got my like 5 hours of sleep or something, 4.5, 5 hours. I was like, you know what? It's for friendship. Here we go.
Sure.
Then, yesterday, I slept like 8.5 hours, and I woke up at my normal like 1 p.m. I was like, okay, because I fell asleep earlier. Then today, I was like, all right, well, at least this won't be 10 a.m. This will be like 11:30, noon for me at least. But then I couldn't fall asleep, and it was the classic knowing you have to wake up. And at first, I'm like, all right, and I think it's because I did the thing where I overslept a bit because I didn't sleep much the day before. So I was like, all right.
Sure.
And then I was just laying, and then you're laying, and then it starts being like, all right, now it's 5:30, now it's 6 a.m. Okay, well, now I get like 5.5, 6 hours. Okay, that's okay. Nope, now it's like 6:30. Now it's like 7.
I mean, I've been there, but at reasonable times.
Right.
Like you being like, it's 6:30, I'm like, oh, I could get 5 hours of sleep. I guess if you do midnight for me, then yeah, that checks out.
Yeah. So I think Toaster Woman woke up at like 7 a.m. and then she was like, it's 7 a.m. And then I think I fell asleep right after that. So I think I fell asleep like 7:30. 7:30. So I got 4.5 hours of sleep, which, man. That's
Today, that's what you're running on?
Yeah.
Oof.
So I'm I'm ready to just go back to my normal routine is what I'm ready for.
Which, you mean going to bed at 2 a.m., waking up at 1 p.m.?
No, going to bed at 4:30 a.m., waking up
Oh,
at
my
1.
bad. What a fool. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Yeah,
how dare I
you
be
think
reasonable?
I'm sleeping like 10 hours?
Although, admittedly, last night you were streaming, and I watched a little bit of it, and I was like, when's he going to go to bed? Because he does have to be up early.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, if I go to bed too early, I can't fall asleep.
I get it. I was just a little like, when's this boy going to bed? Because you're 2 hours ahead of me, and I was watching you at 11:30 p.m.
Yeah. No, it's, I mean, that wasn't too bad, because, like, 2 a.m., then we get ready, we, like, chill out, get ready for bed, everything, and then go to bed, and it was just, like, It's just as soon as I wasn't falling asleep after like 30 minutes, I was like, oh boy, here we go. Which me thinking that probably didn't help anything.
You got to get on my... See, I keep finding new ways to fall asleep instantly. It's great. I found a YouTube channel that has every single episode, full seasons of Hell's Kitchen. And I realized I didn't know there were 21 seasons. I have only watched maybe 4. So I am now going back through the list of seasons. And what I'll do is I'll put on the playlist and just let that thing ride. And I'll turn down the volume really low and I'll just go to bed. And so far I made it all the way through season 21. And now I'm going to start season 20 and work my way backwards. It's great. I'll listen to like 15 minutes of an episode before I just pass out. And honestly, something about it. Something about Gordon being like, "You donkeys, it's raw. It's raw." I'm like, gets me.
Well, I mean, that'll be me tonight. Like once I'm already tired and then I start watching something, I'm like trying to stay awake. It's just I think it is one of those things. That's why they tell you not to take naps if you haven't slept much, or not like insane naps. Like you take like a 10-20 minute nap, but people are like, I took a 2-hour nap, because then the next night you can't fall asleep. And so it's like if you oversleep, then you have the same issue where your body's like, oh, well, we got enough sleep. We don't have to go to bed yet. And you're like, but it's bedtime. And it's like, nah, I'm good. Stupid body.
Stupid body.
Stupid body.
Don't even want to work right.
So yeah, it's because like most days, if it's like 6 a.m., and I can't fall asleep, I'm like, hey, you know what? I'll just sleep till like 1:30, still get like 7 hours, I'm good. But it's just knowing, like, I got to get up for something in this amount of time, and your brain's just like, now it's this amount of time. It's like counting it down. I think that's what really makes it bad.
You also didn't do any like prep.
What?
Like you didn't take the few days beforehand to reacclimate to a different schedule. You just jumped. You raw dogged that dude. That was out of control.
I mean, that's what I always do.
Oh, I'm aware, and it's crazy.
The thing is, like, what's good for one day, it's like whatever, because I'm just gonna fall back to my normal schedule. Every time I've ever tried to change my schedule, it just falls back to like 4 to 5 a.m. bedtime. Like throughout the years.
Does Toast like that? Is that something that Toast is really?
Yeah,
she's fine with that late night stuff.
Yeah, in fact, she usually goes to bed at like 5:30.
Interesting.
She like browses the internet a bit, and plays her games and stuff, and then she'll like get in the bed, and then Cat runs around. He chomps on food. It's we got our routine. Usually after I'm done streaming, we'll like watch a show or something to like wind down to. So it just so
wind down. Love that.
Yeah, and it's funny. All right, this is the best part because even when I knew I had to wake up for the Geek Enders, I fell asleep fine. So I think I was fine there. But okay, I didn't have my pre-sleep banana.
Oh well, I mean. God, yeah, you can't go to bed without that.
Yeah, no, I always have a pre-sleep banana, which they always are like, don't eat before you go to bed. But like, I gotta eat like something, like, but usually I'll eat like a healthier
Why
thing.
A banana? What is the point of the pre-sleep banana?
Well, let me tell you. All right.
Oh, please do.
Let me type in sleep banana.
A banana. You don't know, but you're gonna Google it. I'll take it.
A banana is a food that can help you sleep because it contains nutrients and they promote relaxation and sleep regulation. Nutrients in bananas are tryptophan, potassium, magnesium, pectin. Eating bananas before bed can help you fall asleep faster and sleep longer. They decrease anxiety. They help with insomnia. They can help you feel full longer. So yeah. Because the thing is, like, you don't want to eat a full meal before bed. Because you're going to get a heartburn or like blood and like your blood sugar and all that. But you want, like, I always need a little snack. Like, I have like a banana, a little peanut butter, maybe some almond milk. And that's usually what I do. And like every other time, like every other night, I fall asleep in like 5 minutes, like 5-10 minutes. But then it's always when I have to do something or wake up or, some sort of stressor.
Is it the stress? Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Because my mind spirals. That's usually what the problem. It's not like I sit there and I'm like, well, tomorrow's going to be a rough one, but I guess I'll just wait it. My mind's just like 4 hours sleep, going to feel terrible. Everything's ruined. And then my heart, like I'll feel my heart rate. My heart's beating like 100 beats per minute. Like it's, I spiral
Why not just go to bed earlier?
because I'm not gonna fall asleep earlier. I've got my routine.
But if you know you're only going to get 4 hours, then why not try to get more?
Because I know if I go to sleep earlier, I'm just gonna lay there anyway.
Yeah,
Because
well,
I can't
maybe you'll
fall
fall
asleep earlier. I can't. It's
Well,
against
then
my.
start heavy drinking. That's got to solve the problem.
You know, I think you're onto something.
Yeah, just start take a bottle and just go until you pass out, and you will be fine. You'll wake up hungover, but you will have gotten 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah, and you know,
I'm pretty sure that's science. And I think I heard a doctor say that once.
broken REM sleep in there. You know, lack of
Yeah.
quality. But it's got to work. It's fine. I mean, it's usually just one day. So it just so happens that now it's like one day and then I got some sleep and then I got another day. So it's 2 days of bad sleep in a week. Granted, there's plenty of people, they're like raising kids. They're like working 3 jobs and they get much worse sleep than I do of me being like 2 days. So they're probably like, Crendor's crying about 2 bad days of sleep. I've been getting bad sleep for 55 years.
I feel like if bad sleep for 55 years, you should have seen a doctor. Although seeing a doctor probably costs money, and I guess, but still,
Yeah.
sleep is important. I would have been
It
like,
is.
fine, I'll pay the money, whatever just fix me, doc.
That's what I'm saying. I love sleeping. I love getting my 7 to 8 hours of sleep, feeling good, feeling refreshed, ready to take on the day. Like when I get under 5 hours, especially a few times in a week, I'm just like, I hate this. And then, that's what I was gonna say because I was literally just thinking the other day. I was like, man, I've been falling asleep pretty fast. I haven't had my insomnia issue in a while. And then, boom, that is it. That was my mistake thinking about it.
I mean, well, you bring this on yourself frequently. This is something you do often. You bring your own traumas to you.
Yes, but it always happens in stressful situations. Because I think I brought it up like a month or 2 ago, and it was like when holiday stuff was happening, and I had to get up early for holiday. It's always like some stressful things happening, I got to get up early. Because otherwise I'm fine. So, how's your life?
Dude, this is a stressor for me, but only because I'm a psychopath. I, maybe 1 or 2 days ago, was in my bathroom, and I was like getting ready to start the day, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw something move, and it was like a bug. It was just, like just a bug. I don't know if it was like one of those water bugs or a roach or what. It was like a little tiny bug, but I stepped on that son of a bitch real quick, and then I cleaned it up. But ever since then, my mind is like, how'd that bug get in? Where'd that bug come from? How do I stop that from happening again? Are there more bugs I just don't know about? How do I get rid of the bug? That's where I'm at mentally. I hate little critters. Not a fan. And so, be it spider or whatever, I'm like, get on my home. I don't want you here. I don't like you here. You got to go. And so, yeah, I've been almost psychotically thinking, well, I don't want to put anything on the ground because then a bug could hide in there. But also, I don't, should I clean up my floor? So I did like a once over the apartment. I saw nothing. I was like, wow, that guy get it. Was it through the sink? Oh, maybe the bathtub. That's where I'm at mentally. I genuinely had a minor breakdown of like, how do I stop this? If he has friends, maybe the friends will come here. Like, I don't want to deal with that. Dude, I sometimes worry about me. Of all the things, like I'm very well aware that I wasn't always like this. And more importantly, there's times where I just don't even care. Like if I'm at someone else's house, I wouldn't even care. If you're like, oh yeah, they got a bug. All right, well, whatever, not my home, right? Or if I'm traveling abroad, or if I'm in a place where I just know there's gonna be like gnats and all sorts of, it doesn't affect me. But for some reason in my own home, I'm like, how dare they? This is my kingdom. And I don't know. I don't know what it is. I get really weird about it.
Huh. Well, I mean, some are good, like spiders kill the other bugs.
Sure. I just don't want them there. I don't want to know the spider's there. What if that spider lays eggs? Then I got 1 billion spiders. I don't want that.
I mean, that's true.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't want that. So seeing one guy, whatever he was, now I'm worried that there's going to be more of them. And honestly, the reason why, I do know what it is. Oh, man, I do know what it is. I definitely had, so years ago, maybe 2017. I don't remember. We definitely talked about it on the podcast back then. Do you remember there was a time I was overseas, and when I came home, I went to my room to go to bed because I was like tired from the flight. And I put my head down, and I don't know when I woke up, but I woke up and I felt like weird. Apparently, there were just ants in my bedroom, and I guess due to construction down the street, whatever ant colony was there had moved down the street towards our building and was climbing up the side of the wall and was getting into all the apartments. And so right where my carpet met the wall, met the window on the outside facing towards the outside of the unit, ants were coming in. And I just didn't know. And I guess they had, because I was gone for 2 weeks because I was overseas, when I came back, I guess they just like made their home there. And so they were like just walking in a line over me on my bed. And it freaked me out. Like they were like so close to my face. I like couldn't handle it. And then I saw there was not just one or two, but literally like a marching troop of ants along one wall. And I was like, what the hell? And you know me already, I'm like a clean freak. So I was spazzing. And I was like, someone's got to fix this. And they're like, well, sir, the best we can do is every Monday we have someone come out who goes through the apartments. So it would have to be Monday. It was a Wednesday. So I had to wait almost a full week for them to come. And so every night I like cleaned my bedroom, would go to sleep, and then by morning there'd be a whole new like army of ants. Dude, it genuinely scarred me, I think. And now I freak out whenever I see anything, because that's not something that happens to me often. As you know, I keep a clean ship, and so I was like, no, I don't like it. Yeah, that's what it was.
Huh. Well, I mean, at least you don't have ants crawling on you now.
I mean, look, trust me, I'm worried about it. I don't even know what that bug was, and now I'm worried about that potential bug species existing within my home.
Listen, I mean, it's makes sense. I mean, ants gave me a concussion.
See? They were gunning for you, though. They took you out. They completely ignored me. I was nothing to them.
Yeah.
They walked over me. They were like, we got stuff to do. The thing is, I don't know what they were looking for. There's nothing to find. But yeah, they were not cool.
At least you got your sleep still, even while they were crawling on you.
I did not. It was like the longest week of my entire life. I barely slept. I slept on my couch half the time. I was like afraid to go in my bedroom because I was like, they're going to be all over me. They're going to get my ears and stuff, dude. I was not okay. And now that's where the thing is I saw him in the bathroom. So now when I go in my bathroom, I give it like the once over, like, is anyone in here? You in here watching me? What are you doing? I got issues. I got big issues.
You know what I wrote down in my phone that I wanted to talk about?
Yes.
I was mentioning somewhere about reviews, and then I thought to myself, why can't we review reviews?
Like, just go watch someone's review or go read someone's review and then review the review?
Yes. Like, for example, I was reading somebody reviewed some product. I can't remember what it was. And they were just like, it doesn't even say on here what temperature to take. I don't know if it was a meat thermometer. We were ordering something. And then they were like, they don't even say where the temperature is. And I literally looked at it for like 5 seconds and saw in the picture that they took exactly what they were looking for. And I was like, I wish I could just, and because they gave it a 1 star. And I was just like, can I review this review to say this 1 star review is a literal 1 star? Like, I would review that review a 1 star review.
Can you mark it as not helpful?
I guess you can do that.
But it's not, I understand it's not as good as being like, you are terrible. 1 star to your 1 star review.
Yeah. It's much more fun if you're able to like review the review instead of just being like, is this helpful? Because then people be like, I don't think so. And then most people aren't even going to click helpful. They're just going to be like, all right, whatever, and read it. But like, if you read a terrible review, I want to be able to be like, hey, this reviewer sucks.
I guess because most reviews are subjective. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, in this case, the one you're talking about, clearly that person was not paying attention. But most reviews are kind of the vibe of the person and what they gel with rather than the quality of something. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could. You could still be like, you are wrong. But then that's just Twitter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really what you're asking is you just want to be on Twitter, really.
I definitely don't want that.
Well, there you go. Yeah, because what you want to do is respond to people without them responding to you.
I mean, they can reply to my review if they want.
No, I mean like everyone.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's going to be like review bombs and stuff. I guess that's part of the problem. You could review the review. You'd review bomb the review. You know, the more I think about it,
there you go.
the more I'm like, yeah, maybe not.
Yeah. Although sometimes stuff like that's helpful. I want to say shout out to everyone who on that Cox and Crendor episode where I told you about those lizard men in Warhammer and was way off. That's not at all what they are. Yeah. Everyone let me know, which is, I'm fine with that. I appreciate that. And what it did is it caused me to go into Total War Warhammer 3 and like figure out what the hell I was talking about. Dude, I don't think any of them are what I was talking about. I don't know what I was talking about. I think this past week, maybe past 2 weeks, I played that game so much trying to figure out exactly what the hell I was referring to. I mean, location-wise and race-wise, I was correct. But mechanically, nothing plays the way I don't know if I made it up. I don't know what happened, but to everyone who told me I was wrong, you are correct. I was very wrong. So, spot on reviews of that episode, kids.
See, I said he was wrong, and I was right.
I mean, they were. I'm not going to even fight them on it. It's accurate. Although, what it did do is it started me playing a Chaos campaign, and last night I just beat it, and got an achievement, and I was like, I'm so proud. I beat whatever that thing is, the immortal one that takes 50 hours. I finally beat it and was very pleased.
Oh, yeah, the immortal one. I forgot about that one.
Where you have to, like, destroy the entire map. Did it. Loved it. Big fan. It was like, you've destroyed the world as Chaos. I was like, hell yeah, I did. So now I don't have to play that game for another 5 years. But you know what? This is a good time.
Yeah. I mean, I'd play when new DLC and stuff comes out at least.
Yeah, I never, they always want you to buy it, and I never do. So
well, it depends. I think it also depends if you like the faction that comes out too. Like if they released like a, what do you call it? Another Skaven guy or another lizard man or another, any of my favorite factions. They need more Norse, honestly. I really like the Norse.
They released a Zinch guy who is he can shape shift.
Oh, yeah.
And he doesn't control cities. He establishes cults in them. The problem is I don't understand how to play him at all, because what happens is when you establish a cult, he then can't move for a certain number of turns, and I don't understand why. Even though the game is like, your character hasn't moved. You haven't moved your character. I'm like, I literally can't. It won't let me. And it's like, you didn't move. You haven't moved. I'm like, is there something I'm doing wrong here? Dude, I just gave up. I was like, I hate this character. I don't know what's the concept. Very cool. Execution wise, I was like, I don't understand why it takes 5 turns for me to do anything. Like, nah, I'm out. I clearly was playing it wrong, but honestly, if you can't tell me how to do it right away, then I don't give a damn.
It's a changeling, isn't it?
Yeah, he's like a multi-armed dude without a face, and he can become anyone else in the game during battles, right?
Yeah.
And my thought was, maybe I have to become one of them in order to move around. But no, he just stands there, and then after a certain amount of time, you're allowed to move again. And then if you take another city and establish another cult, he's stuck there. And I'm like, I don't see anything in the game that says that's what happens. Like when you click his character, there's nothing that says this is how it plays like that. And I was like, I don't understand this. It's like when trying to learn the whatever those undead pirates were at first. I was like, I don't know. It took me a while to figure it out. But at first I was like, this is stupid. I don't know what this is. This is dumb. I'm sure it'll be like that, but I don't have the patience for it. I got other games to play. I was like, screw it. I don't care.
So yeah, reviewing reviews.
Not a good idea.
Not a good idea. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I feel like there was something I was going to bring up. What did we talk about last week? We talked about Garfield. Wait, maybe it was on Geekenders. Something. Everything just blends together right now. Oh, I remember the Jesse Jr. commented on the podcast.
I did not see this. Hold on, let me go look.
Yeah, if you go to the
supposedly Jesse Jr.
Yeah, it's on the Geekenders episode 60 featuring me. All right. And then you got the top comments. You got me saying it's your quarterly Crendor. You got this dude saying this Crendor guy seems cool. I hope he comes back. And then you got...
Hey, this is Jesse Jr.
Yeah.
I'm going to pin... all right, interesting. Yeah, from the video, I'm kind of a lurker and not on anything, but I did it in hopes he would just leave, but he didn't go. Sorry about the messages. No way, man. Thank you. That's great.
Yeah. So, I mean, that
Can
might not be
confirm
him,
this is
but...
actually Jesse Jr.
So,
Love that.
Yeah, I guess... I mean, yeah, I feel like it seems like it's him, the way he wrote that.
Yeah,
So.
I'm absolutely here for it. That guy, my hero, just completely nailed the bit. The fact that I talked about that and then another person did it, honestly, more people should.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna start doing that if I ever get, take the sock again. Just be like YouTube.com.
Yeah, just start shouting your stuff out.
Yeah.
If they're using you for their social media, use them.
Yeah. Free publicity.
Yeah, I mean, come on now. They're gonna put you in front of all those kids who are watching them like be awkward. Be awkward with them. Like I remember I was on, oh man, it was one of these like like streamer interview kind of shows, but it was clearly a comedy one played for goofs. And the girl who was hosting it was trying to like, be like, I'm gonna make it awkward on purpose. And the entire time I just was being very forthwith and like honest. I was like, sometimes in this job, it's really tough and getting in the industry is difficult. And she's like trying to do goofs. And I was like, one day I'll be dead. And honestly, I'm just happy to be able to do this. Like just really not playing the game. I'm sure there's clips of it out there somewhere, but it's so funny. She's just trying her hardest to like make sexual jokes and stuff. And I was like, look, you got to do what you got to do in order to survive in this business. Like, I don't hate anyone. Like, man, if you want to get big old titties and show them off, awesome. I would if I could. Let me tell you, like, I'm just being really honest and like blatant. And she's trying her hardest to like salvage it. But I was like, look, if you want to play goofy, I can play goofy. I'm fine with that. I can do that. Not even stressed. I will out goof your goof with complete sincerity.
When he said playing Goofy, I just thought of you as Goofy, like from Disney. Gorsh.
Time is oppressive, Mick. We're all gonna die. Oh boy, not me. I'll live forever in Kingdom Hearts.
I've never actually played Kingdom Hearts. I've just seen Kingdom Hearts.
I think you would have the most fun with it because it is insane. It is genuine. So Kingdom Hearts 1 is pure insanity. It makes no sense. Kingdom Hearts 2, somehow more insane because they expect you to play other games that you definitely won't have played. And then Kingdom Hearts 3 is off the deep end. They introduce characters that I think were introduced in like a mobile game or I don't even know. They're like, this is Aqua. And the crazy part is there are people who love those characters. I've never heard of them before in my life. So I'm sitting there trying to play this game and they're like, everyone must watch out for Xehanort. I'm like, Xehanort? That's a shit name. Like, that's the villain? Like, nah, this sucks. And everyone's like, oh, dude, the fact that there's a phrase
in a weird fantasy book.
I mean, roughly, yeah. The fact that there's a phrase where people are like, "Oh, he got Norded, dude." Norded is I'm telling you, Nord. Honestly, I would love to watch you play the first Kingdom Hearts. It is charming because there's some Disney elements and Goofy and Donald are in it, but also just has random Final Fantasy stuff for no reason. Which, by the way, they just slowly phase out over time. By the time you get to the third game, there is no Final Fantasy at all. It is all Disney properties, and and what sucks is at first in the first couple games, you would experience the story. You'd go into say like Agrabah or whatever, and you'd do something that felt like you were in that Disney property. By the time it hits the third game, you're literally playing through movies. Like the Frozen level of Kingdom Hearts 3 was just the movie, and it was so boring, dude. I was like, wait. So I'm just doing beat by beat the movie? This is trash. I did not like Kingdom Hearts 3 at all. I think I got maybe like 4 hours in and was like, nah, dude, this isn't for me. So I have no idea how that story ends, and honestly, I just don't care.
Yeah, it's every time I've watched it, I'm like, this seems kind of fun, but also I have no idea what's happening.
Oh, gameplay-wise, they're great. They're super fun to play gameplay-wise. I will not deny them that. Even 3 has some really cool mechanics. However, you know me, I'm there for story, and if your story is nonsense, nah, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah. Interesting. How many Kingdom Hearts are there?
There's 1, 2, 3, the mainline ones, but then there's also Dream Drop Distance, Death by Sleep, 360 something over 2 or whatever. Like just like Birth by Sleep, maybe. I don't even know what they're called. There's so many different ones, and they all connect, which is fine if you're into that. But I imagine you have to play all of them and buy into all of them. And because I didn't really have any mobile consoles, I only ever played 1, 2, and then 3. They released like a 1.5 and a 2.5, I think, that has all the extra stuff. In fact, one of the things they added is literally just the cinematics from one game, just so you could watch them to catch up. And like, nah. Nah.
There's 13 games. Oh my god.
That's honestly the worry for me when it comes to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So I know you didn't play that, but Final Fantasy VII Remake was a game that is based off Final Fantasy VII, the first disc, right? Like the first major area. Except in Remake, they added some like cool, weird, something else is going on here. Like, what the hell's happening in this game? In Rebirth, the sequel, they continue the story of Final Fantasy VII, but again, they have this like, what the hell's happening? This is so weird. This is so crazy. However, they do add in this like the sort of DLC for Remake Integrate. They add some stuff that is from the game Final Fantasy Crisis Core. That is a game that I think originally was for PSP, I think, back in the day, and I definitely never played it, so I went out of my way to play it. Guys, I don't like that game at all. Sorry, those of you who do. It is, like, there's a scene that sums it up perfectly where Zack, the main character, gets his head grabbed by these monster guys, and his line of dialogue is, "My hair! They're eating my hair!" Which is a whole thing. So that sums up that game. And so that somehow is relevant. Then as I'm playing Rebirth, they include plot lines from a mobile game that I have never heard of and apparently only came out in Japan, ? And that's in the game. And I'm like, what the hell? So I get it if you're invested in all of it. But if you're like invested in a way that is reasonable but not deep diving, a lot of it worries me when that happens in games. So it's like, you got to know everything, dude. And there's 50. It's like when Warcraft says, well, you have to have read the book to understand what's going on. That's stupid as hell. I hate that.
That is stupid, yeah. I always hated that. They're like, here's a thing where the story's all in the game, but you have to go consume this other piece of media in order to understand it in the game. Like, what? Just put it in the game.
Exactly. Just sum it up in the game. And to its credit, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth does do that. It does give you context to what's going on, but Kingdom Hearts 100% does not. It just expects you to know who these characters are, and you're like, what? So, yeah, not a fan of that stuff.
Yeah. I even found a Reddit thread where some guy's like, here's the order in which you play these games. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
It's just too much, man. It's just too much.
Yeah, I'll probably just watch some like Speedrunner. That'll kind of satiate my interest in the game.
Dude, last night I was watching Speedrunning. I was watching, oh man, some dude at MagFest was playing DuckTales, the like remake of DuckTales.
Oh yeah,
and it was super fun to watch him. I think he was trying to do it in an hour, and he did it in 38 minutes, and it was great. It was very funny, though, because he seemed like a pretty young dude, and he was trying his hardest to explain what was going on. But he does something that years ago, one of my students did this all the time. And it's very similar to how sometimes I'll say like or but. I'll do like little words in between things. This guy's in-between word was basically, I used to have a student who did this all the time. And he would be like, so you basically have to go here and basically you do this, basically like that. And after a while you pick up on it, you're like, wow, this guy says basically a lot. But I had a student who used to do that, and for some reason it was really charming. I was like, this guy reminds me of that kid I used to teach, and it's very cute, and I'm glad he's doing this. So I watched his entire playthrough, and it was, like I said, maybe 40 minutes tops. Dude crushed it. It was great. It was fascinating to watch him just destroy it. Although I didn't realize that the remake had this, it has a weird vibe where the enemies are cartoon looking, but the world is 3D-ish. I don't like that at all. For some reason, I didn't realize that's what the remake was. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Well, it just looks weird. Like the characters, all the characters look like animated characters from a TV show, but the world looks like kind of 3D graphics, and it just doesn't ring. It feels weird to me.
Yeah, no, I get that. I've seen a few games that try to do that, and they're just
It's like stick with one thing, like animate the entire world or make everything 3D. The combination just seems weird.
Yeah,
especially in a platformer. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I see. I can see how maybe creating it, they're like, oh, this is a cool contrast of like new and old, but then, yeah, I feel like it loses its, appeal after a few minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't have an aesthetic. It's combining two things into something that shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
But it was fun to watch, and he was good at it, so all good. Honestly, a lot of speedrun stuff happening. After that was over, while I was watching you, there was another speedrun going on Games Done Quick that was also Pokemon, I think. I'm not sure which one it was, but they were doing something. I love a good speedrun. It's a good watch every time.
Yeah. No, I was watching Games Done Quick the other week when it was all live. I think it's all reruns now, but I always love tuning in at like late at night, and they're like, we're going to be playing these random ass games.
Dude, that's like, the awful block. When they play terrible games late at night, that's the best.
Oh, what was I was watching him play. Was it Shenmue? Yeah, I was watching him play that. That was pretty fun. And then right after that, they were playing just like Jimbo's Adventure to Gooberland, and you're just like, what? And they're just like, yeah, this game's got audio bugs. You can't move very fast, and you're just kind of a blob, but it's really cool. I'm like, oh, okay.
Like, so this year for the one they did earlier this month, the awful block games were Superman 64, Golf with Your Grandmother, Rex Ronan, Experimental Surgeon, Oscar, don't know what that is, Inspector Gadget. I watched that one. It's 18 minutes long, and it's ridiculous. It only plays one cutscene over and over and over again, and it's terrible. Bad Way, don't know what that game is. Doronko Wonko, that is something. That's a 9-minute game. Don't know what that is. Who Shot Johnny Rock is a game that they did. Mega Mem. Don't know what that is. Squirrel with a Gun. Love that.
Love Squirrel with
Big
a Gun.
Rigs. Over the Road Racing. Kevin Costner's Waterworld. And Bite Night. Those are the ones they did. The funniest part is, because the awesome block is just terrible games, most of these videos are sub 20 minutes. Just people just crushing these terrible games.
Oh, yeah.
And I love that. That's so funny.
Yeah, they're really fast. And a lot of them are just like old Super Nintendo games too, or just like the old console games. So they're just there's one that was just like complete ripoffs of other games too. One was like a Bubsy ripoff, which was already weird. Because Bubsy's already a weird game.
Oh my god, dude! I'm looking at Doronko Ronko. This is a game that apparently you play as a little tiny dog in a home, and you're dirty, and your objective, as far as I can tell, is to dirty up everything. Your owner has left, and your job is to destroy their home. That is so funny.
That actually is pretty funny. I like that concept.
Yeah, this guy he beats the game in 9 minutes. That's incredible. Man, I love a good speed run. What can I say?
Yeah. You know what else I love?
It's a new year. Hopefully a new you. It's almost February, so hopefully you've thought about your fitness goals for 2025, and why not take it to the next level with Factor? Factor is chef-made, ready-to-eat meals in 2 minutes. They're super fast, and they can fuel you up right and get you feeling great, no matter what life throws at you this year. Factor is fresh, fully prepared with 40 options across 8 dietary preferences each week. It's easy to pick your meals to match your goals when you can choose from keto, calorie smart, protein plus, and so much more. Plus, there are amazing side items like breakfasts and juices and desserts. I love the side items, I must stress. They had a horchata one week. Ooh! My last order with them was paprika beef with pepper goulash macaroni and a whipped herb cheese and broccoli. They had the chicken Alfredo pasta. It's one of my to-goes. I love that. It's so simple, but it tastes really good. I love that pasta. And then they had one that every so often they have, and it's really good, and I love this one. The smoked Gouda and bacon shredded chicken hash with roasted green beans. Oh, it's one of my favorites. And the best part is, all 3 of those come from completely different dietary preferences. One is protein plus, one is calorie smart, and you can mix and match. You don't have to just stick with one style. You can do whatever makes you happy. Honestly, you have 40 meals to choose from. So get started right now yourself over at factormeals.com/Cox, COX50OFF. That's Cox50OFF. And use code Cox50OFF to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code Cox50OFF at factormeals.com/COX50OFF to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. All right, Crendor's going to jump on the ground. The Crendor, how's that traffic out there?
Oh boy, traffic out here is a little wacky, a little crazy. It's getting a little backed up, and there's cars. I actually tried to take my car to get a car wash because I remember we talked about getting it waxed for the winter, and I was like, dude, I'll get some of that wax on the car. It's been snowing. Get that salt off, you know. And their like systems were down or some shit. So I was like, oh, all right. So I didn't get that done. I'll probably have to do that tomorrow. And I did go get a sandwich, but it got stolen, so they had to make it again. Back to you.
Where'd you get a sandwich from?
So we got a place here called Potbelly. All right, it's
like okay, yeah, Potbelly.
Yeah, I don't know how many there are all over, but
there's none here. But when I lived in Ohio, in Columbus, there was a Potbelly, and I would go there and get like they had like a really good mustard that they put on sandwiches. But again, it's been 20 years, so
yeah. No, they're really good sandwiches. I love them. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to order from there. And I got there. And then I saw some guy like walking out of there with a sandwich. He like picked it up off the thing. And he was just like scooting along. And he didn't even walk to a car. He just kept walking. And I was like, okay. And then I went and looked. And I think he took my sandwich.
Damn, I mean, they honestly don't check. The other day I was in a Chipotle. And they had a whole bunch of bags of food. And people were just walking up and taking them. I was like, how do they know it's theirs?
Yeah, no, I guarantee there's plenty of times they probably get stolen. So I was like, hey, I have a order. And then the guy's like, wait, I just put your order out there. Is it not there? And I was like, yeah, it's not there. And he looks and he's like, oh, somebody stole it. Are you kidding me, man? And this is, by the way, this man had a soul patch. He was like probably 60 and was wearing like one of the like puka shell necklaces or whatever they're called.
Have I ever told you that I have a genuine dream of, maybe being that old and having enough money in life that I can do like a 2 to 3 day work shift at a restaurant, like a place like that, and just make sandwiches and be like, oh man, that's. But I don't need it, but I just like do it because I like interact with people or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a weird thing to think about, but I like the idea of just being. I do this for fun. I think about that with, like college classes too. Like, what if I just got old and like took college classes for fun? You can audit stuff.
I think that's what a lot of people end up doing. Like older people just go take classes, or they will like volunteer, get like a part-time job just to do that.
Yeah, I like. There's something sincere and sweet about it. Obviously, I'd rather spend most of my time on a beach earning 20%, but I feel like after a while I get bored of it.
Yeah, like sometimes you just want to interact with people, do whatever, and you don't have to.
Yeah, and I don't want to become the old guy who fights with people just for the daily interaction.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want that.
Yeah, that's it's like the old lady to be the Walmart volunteer, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just like that. You get out, you get to like be in your community a little bit. There's something about it. Obviously, the best version of this is mentally I'm thinking 80, but let's be real, it'll probably be 60 something.
Yep. So yeah, that guy was just like, man, you're saying it. He's like, I'm sorry, like we'll remake it. Like I can't believe they just stole that shit. And then he's like, you want like a soda or something, like a free soda, free cookie? And I was like, nah, I'll just wait for the sandwich. And he's like, all right. And
I would have taken that soda. Are you kidding me? I would have been like, yeah, we'll take it home.
I guess I could have, but I was like,
you're
oh,
healthy
okay.
is what you are. You are smart.
Yeah, I didn't care. I just wanted my sandwich. I had to come record this, so I was just like, I'll just wait. So, yeah, I think that that random person scooting along in their pajama pants took my sandwich.
Like I said, I've questioned that multiple times when I go into various restaurants and they have stuff waiting for people, but there isn't anyone there. They just put it on a thing and expect people to get it. I'm like, how do they know that's the person?
Yeah. So they don't. And I noticed that a lot of places have ended up like keeping it behind the counter now. So
right. Yeah.
That makes sense. That's the traffic.
All right. Let's go to weather.
Ooh, weather.
We do have something this week because JP gave us something this morning.
Oh yeah, that's right. He wanted us to go to Christmas Island, I believe. Is there like
I don't even know what that is.
Is there anything
is that
Christmas
a goof?
Island?
I don't know. Christmas Island is northwest of Australia, really close to Jakarta, kind of. Interesting, it's called Christmas Island, and most of it's a national park.
Oh yeah, they got Ida Kitchen. They got they actually
on one side there's the Swell Lodge, but that seems to be in the middle of nowhere. Is there actually a town here? Oh, there is.
That's yeah, I didn't think.
Oh, we have to do the weather for this. The man gave us the thing.
We'll do Christmas Island. I didn't know if it was like a goof or if it actually had stuff. Okay.
I mean, it's real.
Yeah. Although, wait, I just typed in Christmas Island and went to Nova Scotia, Canada. Are there multiple Christmas Islands?
Well, we got to do the Australia one because that's the one we're looking at.
Yeah.
Christmas Island, Canada, tough. We'll get you next time.
Christmas Island. Here we go. Okay, I think this is the actual Christmas Island because I don't think it's 84 in Canada. Okay, here we are. Currently, it's 82, partly cloudy, feels like 90. You got a high of 84, 77 is the low, 81% humidity, 29.78 inches of pressure, 8-mile visibility, 5:52 a.m. sunrise, 6:27 p.m. sunset. Winds at 6 miles an hour, dew point 76, UV index 3 of 11, and a waning crescent moon phase. 10-day, 84, partly cloudy. Winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tuesday, you got AM showers at 84. Wednesday, 83 thunderstorms. Thursday, 83 thunderstorms. Friday, 82 thunderstorms. Saturday, 82 thunderstorms. Sunday, 83 thunderstorms. And that's pretty much the weather. Is 83-ish with thunderstorms every day.
I mean, that sounds accurate for the area.
Yeah. That it does.
I'm pretty impressed. They keep showing these various apartments and things, and they look very nice considering this is kind of in the middle of nowhere. Like the one I was just looking at seems very modern. I was like, oh, okay. But most of the restaurants have the vibe of you are on an island. Everything is open. Although the food looks good. It all has that vibe of like, yeah, I want to sit on a beach eating this.
I just clicked on a thing that was like Christmas Island, a unique gem in Kiribati. And it took me to TikTok. And it's just, come with me to spend Christmas on Christmas Island. And it's Chloe Jade Travels. And she's just like whispering. And she's like, the island is actually only 5 main cities with names like London, Paris, Poland, and Banana. And then she's like showing Christmas Island.
I feel like that might be the Canadian version. Because Christmas Island here has 1 city.
East of Fiji? Is this east of Fiji?
I mean, no, this is Christmas Island northwest of Australia. So this technically would be west of Fiji.
Wait, so are there?
Although
Is there another Christmas island?
there's too many Christmas islands.
There's way too many Christmas islands if this is the case.
Yeah, we got to get on the same page, world. There can only be one Christmas island. They all have to fight it to the death.
Hold on, yeah, Christmas.
One island stays, the rest we sink.
Oh, I guess there's a place called Kiramati, which is known as Christmas Island.
This one over here is Christmas Island, though.
Yeah, no, I think this one truly is the Christmas Island.
If anything, we've learned that we gotta fight over this. You can only have one of one thing. Honestly, I think that goes for everything. When they talk about like, oh yeah, this is Dallas. I don't know, India. Well, no, there can only be one. They're gonna have to fight. We need Dallas, Texas. Like, you can't do that.
Yeah, I agree. There has to be one of everything, otherwise it gets too confusing.
Yep, we gotta. Everyone's gotta change it, and you send your best fighter.
Yep.
And whoever wins, you get to keep it, and the other one has to change it.
Including names. Everyone has to get a unique name.
No. You know what? Honestly, with that too. There can't be like 85 like Jesse Cox's.
Yeah.
There's only one. And if I lose, that's fine. I'll change my name to like Jank Corksman. It's whatever. I don't care. But I'll go down fighting, damn it.
YouTube.com/Jank Corksman. Good old Jank. Never lets me
Good
down.
old Jank. Everyone loves Jank Corksman. That guy's awesome.
That guy is awesome.
Yeah, so, I'm just saying.
I did find the Poonsan coffee shop on Christmas
Now, are you
Island.
on the right island?
Yeah, I'm on Christmas Island.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Poonsan. Right next to Mang Chong Trading.
Now, here's the thing. Is Mang Chong Trading, what is that?
It looks like some sort of trading establishment where they have many boxes of goods. And that's all I'm gathering.
Also, half of this town is just a golf course.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Look at that. Yeah.
But they also have a high school. I mean, I guess, yeah, it's fascinating. I wonder how many people actually, you know what, to the wiki, how many people actually live here? What's weird about this is it says that ethnically in 2021, there were 22% of the island was Chinese, 17 was Australian, 16 was Malaysian, 12 was English, and 4-ish% was Indonesian. And I was about to make the statement, all these photos have a bunch of white dudes in it. And all right, yeah, checks out. Australians and English make up a third of the population.
Huh. I guess that does check out.
Population is a 2021 less than 2,000 people.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, wow. It is a small island.
It is a small island.
Yeah, the majority of the island, 63%, is the park. And it looks like another 10% is the golf course.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Look at that. That's the weather.
Oh, all right, let's go to sports.
Sports. We've currently got the Super Bowl matchups getting set. We had the Eagles beat the Commanders 55-23. And as of right now, the Chiefs are up 21-16 at halftime. So we'll see how that ends, but it'll probably be Chiefs-Eagles, and then we'll have to watch that. So, cool.
I mean, you don't have to watch it. Like, you don't have to.
That's true. I hope Nickelodeon does another broadcast of it. That's what I'll be watching if they do. Then we got the Washington Capitals first place in the NHL East, and the Winnipeg Jets first place in the NHL West. And then NBA... we've got the Cavaliers first place in the East and the Thunder first place in the West. And then baseball, don't look now, but spring training going to be starting up in like a month. It's almost back.
I can't even. It's just, like this season it feels like it's a full year.
It pretty much is for the most part.
Although here in LA, it's going to be a crazy year. The team, dude, Dodgers
have
those
signed
tickets are going to go for about $12 billion. Yeah. My parents messaged me like, yo, you want to do this? And I was like, hell yeah, I'll go.
The Dodgers have just spent money because there's no salary cap in baseball for whatever reason. Every other sport has a salary cap. And they're just like, what if we just spend as much money as we want? And they're like, I guess. And they've just signed like everyone.
Baseball has the same vibe as I think America in general, which is why it's our pastime. Every team, I think, when they're talking about salary cap stuff, the Yankees for years and years and years were just destroying the salary cap, absolutely buying the best team. And I think much like America in general, the reason why no one wants to stop that stuff is because they themselves think one day they'll be that.
Yeah, it's possible.
They're like, one day we'll have all the money in the world and we can beat them by using money, which is now what the Dodgers are doing.
Well, the thing is, it actually doesn't work as much as you would think. 'Cause so many other teams actually do win. But it's one of those things where they do need a salary cap, but I think a lot of the players don't want the cap because then they get paid more. But the managers want the cap.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I feel like at this point, most of the fans want the cap because if you're a fan of just like like the Tampa Bay Rays or the Baltimore Orioles, and you're like, oh, cool, we can't spend as much because we don't have as much, and then you're just like, too bad.
But if you're a fan of the Dodgers, you're about to have an incredible, crazy season.
Yeah. And then
you're about to go to every single game, and every game will be sold out at home. Every single one.
Yeah. And I have to watch the Cubs, who are the third biggest market and yet spend as if they're like the Pittsburgh Pirates or something. It's like, guys, we have money. We're going to spend some of that? And they're like, no, I don't think so. That's sports.
All right. What is our fact of the day?
Fact of the day, fact of the day, fact
of the day.
The Spice Girls were originally a band called Touch.
You know what? Good call on changing it to Spice Girls. Touch that's a weird name.
That is a weird name. They said, when we first started with the name Touch, we were pretty bland, Mel C told The Guardian in 2018. We felt like we had to fit into a mold.
So instead, we chose that each one of us would be a different kind of girl, much like the Powerpuff Girls. I'm the sassy one, and I'm the sporty one, and I'm the sexy one, and I'm the even sexier one, and I'm the one that pretends to be a baby doll. Yeah, they definitely broke the mold. I'm the redheaded one.
I mean, to be fair, being able to just be like, I'm this Spice, like, probably did make people remember them more, being like, that's
100%. Yes,
Spice.
yeah.
I like that Spice.
Yeah. Although, shout out to Scary Spice, my favorite one. They were just like, I'm, Baby Spice, and I'm Sporty Spice, right? And then it's just like, oh, I'm Scary Spice. It's hilarious. It's pretty funny.
The Scary Spice. Hold on, I don't even. Scary Spice.
Yeah, that's Mel B, dude.
Oh, yeah, that is Mel B. Okay, I see. I just remember, I think Spice Girls were big when I was in, like, 2nd or 3rd grade.
Sure. Spice Girls were when my cousin, who is 2 years older than me, she was very into Spice Girls. Like, that was during her high school life.
Yeah. Yeah, so when was that? That would be mid-90s?
Mid-90s for sure. Yeah.
They were formed in 94.
Right.
So then, that checks out.
Spice
97.
World came out. Yeah. So that there was a few years there. They were huge in the States, but obviously they're a British band.
Yeah.
And as we've seen lately, when it comes to British bands trying to make names here in the U.S., sometimes it works, and sometimes you make a movie about being a monkey, and people are like, "What is this?" And you're like, "I don't know."
Exactly. And that's your fact of the day.
All right. Has anyone come to us with tears in their eyes?
Boy, howdy, have they gotten here with tears.
Gone here with tears.
Dear illustrious sirs, I come to you with tears in my eyes and my heart on display. Jesse Cox has been quoted to say on his critically acclaimed show Geekenders that if Geekenders on YouTube reach 200k views, you get a tattoo of Dodger's Mushroom VTuber avatar. I humbly ask you this. If Cox and Crendor reach viewership milestone, as to the one Jesse would want for Geekenders, what is the tattoo of Crendor's design Jesse would be required to get? Thank you for hearing me out. Oh, great ones. P.S. I would to know similar answers for each of your other podcasts.
I mean, this is very simple. I would get, you know how on your sweatpants you have the sloth?
Yes.
I would have that tattoo put right on my body in the exact same spot. Easy, done. That's what I would do. If we hit like a 200,000 every episode, that's what I would do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I feel like
Chilluminati, I would do the Chilluminati eye. That's pretty simple. That's an easy one.
Yeah, that's one where people would be like, whoa, he's got that cool tattoo or something.
Dude,
like
he's in the Illuminati. Yeah. That's easy.
I think if I had I'd get like a space butterfly or something.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, like you gotta find the coolest thing that some random person would see and be like, there's a story behind that, right? They'd think there's like some crazy story, like I got the butterfly after I escaped my life of the past and it showed me that I'm now free.
Yeah, you can make up a whole story and be like, I used to be addicted to porn, but now I've changed and I'm free. I'm the butterfly. I come out of my cocoon. People are like, wow, dude, you really did it.
So yeah,
yeah, that's it.
That's that. And then we've got Dear illustrious sirs and tears in my eyes, I'd like to inquire if you've ever heard about the official anime mascot of the Vatican and the Catholic Church for 2025.
First off, thank you for coming to us with this. Second off, not only have I heard of it, in my playthrough of Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake, when you create your characters, I made a character that's Crendor. He's an old fool who now is the strongest character I have, which honestly seems about right. But also my cleric is a little tiny blue-haired girl in a little yellow outfit, and it looks exactly like the anime character that is representing the Catholic Church and the Pope. Looks exactly like her. Not only am I aware of it, I am using her in a video game.
That is pretty funny.
Yes. The one thing I am aware of also is that the internet is just the worst, and immediately Rule 34 stuff appeared. Immediately.
Well, if anything is on the internet, I just automatically assume.
Right, yeah.
Just
there's always
literally
someone
anything.
being dirty with it. Yeah.
I do love the fact that there's just like an old like Catholic church priest uncovering this like anime girl. It's like, here it is. It's such a weird sight.
I genuinely wonder what the thought process was. Like who they're trying to connect with, you know?
Yeah.
Like who they is it the kids love anime, so that'll get them to the church, or is it we're trying to outreach into Japan? Or like I don't know why they did that.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's just a really young priest who's like, guys, have you ever seen anime? Let me show you. And they were like, wow, we need to make our own. I have no clue why.
Yeah, I don't know either, but somebody had to have come up with that idea and been like, this is a great way to get people in the seats.
The kids will love it. I want to know, if I went to a Catholic church right now, would they have posters of that? Like if you went to Sunday school, are there little anime posters of that girl? What's the deal?
Oh, I thought you'd take a step further. I'd want her to like show up on the screen and like give a sermon.
Hello.
Let us open our Bibles to Matthew 24:7.
I would love it. That'd be amazing.
That would be pretty great. So yeah, there we go.
All right. What is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. Sydney's stinky corpse flower attracts thousands wanting a whiff.
Yep. That is that nasty flower that only blooms every so often, and every time people are like, dude, you gotta go. And all I hear is that it's the most rank, stanky thing that ever was, and I'm like, nah, I'm all right.
Yeah, it's
No, I'm good.
I gotta be good. The rare unfurling of an endangered plant that emits the smell of decaying flesh drew hundreds of devoted fans to a greenhouse in Sydney on Thursday, where they joined 3-hour lines to experience a momentous bloom and in a fragrance evoking gym socks and rotting garbage. Tall, pointed, and smelly, the corpse flower is scientifically known as Amorphalis titanium or Bunga Bangkai in Indonesia.
Dude, Bunga Bangkai is so much better. What are we doing?
Is way better.
Bunga Bangkai is an awesome name for a plant.
You smell that bunga?
Yo, that's Bunga Bangkai, man.
That's like the Ninja Turtle, CowaBunga Bangkai.
Yeah. See, and then when you smell it, you go, CowaBunga Bangkai, man.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. Bunga Bangkai is a perfect. We just got to stop making up scientific names for stuff and call it corpse flower or whatever. Bunga Bangkai is a great name for a thing.
That's a fantastic name.
Yeah, yeah.
But to fans of this specimen, she is Putricia.
All right, that's pretty good too. Putricia's good.
Eagerly adopted by her followers, who naturally call themselves Putricians for a week.
All right, that's a cult.
Yeah.
That's a chaos cult. I've seen that before.
For a week, she has graced a stately and gothic display in front of purple curtain and wreath and mist from a humidifier at the Royal Sydney Botanic Garden. Her rise to fame has been rapid, with 20,000 admirers filing past for a moment in her increasingly pungent presence. No corpse flower has bloomed at the garden for 15 years. There are thought to be only 300 of the plants in the wild and fewer than 1,000, including those in cultivation. It only blooms every 7 to 10 years in its natural habitat. The fact that they rarely open, so they flower rarely, is obviously something that puts them at a little bit of disadvantage in the wild, said the garden spokesperson, Sophie Daniel. I don't know why I gave her that voice. When they open, they have to hope that another flowers open nearby and they can self-pollinate. After 7 years at the garden, Putricia's flower was spotted in December when she was just 10 inches high. By Thursday, she was 5 feet 3 inches tall, or 1.6 meters. As excitement grew about the unfolding bloom, garden staff erected crowd barriers, giving from behind velvet ropes in a display inspired by Queen Victoria's funeral, the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and the oeuvre of the late director David Lynch.
Oeuvre? What does that mean?
Oeuvre? Oeuvre?
How? Oeuvre? The oeuvre?
Oeuvre. Oeuvre.
Oeuvre.
Oeuvre.
Is what it says, but that doesn't seem right.
I don't know. That's
Oeuvre. The works the painter. Yeah, it says it's the works of a painter, composer, or author regarded collectively.
Yeah.
Huh, okay. All right. We learn something new every day.
Inside, fans took selfies and leaned in for a sniff, a more perilous prospect as Putricia's odor developed. People inhaled the slaughterhouse stench and canceled their dinner plans. I am sickened, Angus Dalton added. I am in awe. One young woman raised her hands and bowed as though in worship. On social media, garden staff performed a viral dance in front of the plant to Chapel Roan's summer hit Hot to Go.
All right, yeah.
It was difficult.
Nothing like a song about being horny to get a plant all worked up.
Flower.
Yeah.
It was difficult to say why the regal, mysterious, and smelly flower had attracted such a following, but perhaps the answer lay in the reverence viewers felt in the presence of such an amazing living being. Along with her real-life visitors, Putricia's online fandom has been rapid, global, and deeply strange. A 24/7 live stream established by the Botanic Garden grew close to 1 million views in less than a week and prompted a shared language of memes and inside jokes. Frequently deployed acronyms included WWTF, or We Watch the Flower, WDNRP, We Do Not Rush Putricia, and BBTB, Blessed Be the Bloom. Yep. Commenters on social media planned to hurry the garden as the plant opened. In just 24 hours, Putricia's bloom and her stench would be gone. as she unfurled the plant heated to 37 degrees Celsius, 100 degrees Fahrenheit, to better spread her scent, attracting flies and carrion beetles, which burrowed inside and laid eggs. Then work began to hand-pollinate the plant in an effort to ensure the species' diversity and survival. But first, thousands of putricians attempted to get as close as they could to their hero of a week. Quote, "We did have a few conversations early on about whether or not we should have vomit bags," said Daniel, adding that the garden staff decided against it. "I haven't heard of anyone actually being harmed."
Dude, there's something about this plant that seems very similar to pandas. Like, they act like they don't want to survive.
Yeah.
It's up. We are literally keeping this and, again, pandas alive. Otherwise, it's just nature would kill them. They're just like this plant. The more you talk about it, the more I'm like, there's so few of them. It seems like nature doesn't want them to exist anymore.
Yeah.
But here we are. Like, we got to keep it going, dude. Everyone likes puking.
Yeah, it's like the plant's like, kill me. I smell terrible. I smell like death. And everyone's like, we got to keep this thing alive. We need this plant.
It's a good tourist trap. It's like, my pain. My life is pain.
Imagine if this plant was a person, and then every once in a while they just smelled terribly, and everyone's like, dude, gather around. They're about to smell really bad.
So why does it open only so often when it's whole? I mean, I guess that's the problem. Without a lot of pollination, you're not going to get a lot of these plants.
Yeah.
So it genuinely seems like this plant doesn't want to live.
It does. I agree. Just, but now it's going to live because we're just going to force it to live, I guess. We got it on like a feeding tube.
That's our way, dude.
That is our way. And that's the big news story of the day.
All right. Thanks so much for listening and watching. I'm enjoying this podcast. Crendor, hit them with the socials.
We've got socials, youtube.com/Cox Crendor podcast, all one word. Give it a like, give it a comment, give it a subscribe. Tell us your dear illustrious sirs. Give us your weather requests. Sorry to everybody who did weather requests this week. You got overshadowed by JP.
You got overridden.
Or overridden, yeah. Also, we're on Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes. We're all over if you don't want to listen on YouTube. Also, we got our own stuff. YouTube.com/JessiCox, YouTube.com/Crendor. There's also I forgot the animations. YouTube.com/Cox and Crendor. There's also X. Don't go to X. There's Blue Sky Crendor, Blue Sky JessiCox. The Twitch JessiCox, Twitch Crendor. Facebook JessiCox, Facebook Crendor. Instagram Notorious Cox, Instagram Crendor was taken. TikTok JessiCox, TikTok Crendor. Patreon JessiCox, Patreon Crendor. YouTube Cren Clips, YouTube Cox Clips, YouTube Warhammer Crendor. Yes.
Okay, that's it. Thanks so much. We'll see you all next time, and as always,
Woo.
to be continued.